to be positive at this time, you need to do things that makes you happy. It doesn't matter what people around you say. I know people might be saying, oh, well, she's a barrister, she's a lawyer, why is she doing this? Yes, I do this, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. Encouraging people, sharing my thoughts with people and advising makes me happy. So moving on from that, when the second one is when negative thoughts comes to your mind, what do? You fight it as if you're in a war. That's what I do. When any negative thought comes to my mind, say sometimes because of the pandemic and the coronavirus, sometimes a negative thought will just come like, oh, you're going to get the virus and it's going to kill you. Immediately, what do? I fight the negative thought. As I will say to the thought that I shall live and I shall not die. No sickness, no infirmity, no disease shall come near me or my dwelling place. Those are the things that you should do. Because negative thoughts will come. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are or how strong you are, negative thoughts will come. And what do? You fight it. Sometimes when I'm fighting negative thoughts, you think that I'm mental because I talk to that negative thought and I said, get out of here. There's no vacancy. You're not welcome here. And I start saying positive, things to myself. I say the opposite of whatever negative thought that is coming to my mind. And also, you need to stay away from negative people. There are a lot of people out there. They are negative. It might be, your acquaintance or your friends, or whoever they are. Stay away from them because it is difficult as it is. It's difficult, and on top of that, if you start entertaining people with negative vibes, negative words, there's some people when they see you, they just want to run you down. They just want to, even when they see that you're happy or you're trying to make something out of your life, they start saying negative things. Oh, why are you doing that? What you did the last time, you didn't do it properly. This and this and that. You don't look nice. You don't do this. You're doing that. They start saying negative things. Stay away from them. In fact, flee from them. Flee is even is stronger than running away from them, because when you flee, it's like you fly. You fly away from them, flee away from them. And some people might say, oh, what if the people, you have a person around you, maybe it's your spouse, that is always negative, saying negative things to you. I don't advise you. You can go and I'm not advising you to leave your spouse, and get a divorce or something. You can go for counseling by all means if you wish. But if your partner or your wife or your husband is always in the habit of saying negative things, towards you, what you do is immediately, whatever negative thing is saying, you just be saying the opposite. If the person is saying, oh, you're too lazy, you start saying, I'm proactive, I'm very resourceful. You start saying the opposite. You don't need to fight them, but the way you'll be saying it, you just be saying it back to, oh, sweetheart, I'm proactive, I'm strong, I do everything that I need to do. You'll be saying all those affirmations about yourself. Also, to stay positive, I will encourage you to stop listening to the news every time. I'm not saying don't listen to the news daily, because it's also important to embrace yourself with what is going on around you, what is going on in the society, what is going on in the world. Very, very important. It's important that you do that, that you listen to the news. But what I'm inviting you to do right now is that once you listen to the news in the morning or whatever time you have the time, don't sit on it like every minute you're going to listen to what they're saying. You see, when you tune into Sky News, they repeat the same news from morning to the night time. If there's a new news, they will join it in. And some people, they are in the habit of putting their TV on throughout the day, or whatever device that they have throughout the day, and they'll be listening to the same news. Oh, the COVID-19, the number of people that has been killed, the people that are ill, and that's what they listen to all the time. And when you're doing that, you're listening to negative things over and over again. What do you think it will do to you? It will make you even more sad and scared and fearful, because that's what that's what all this news does to people. Continuous fear and fear and fear over a period of time. People are fearful because they are hearing the same news. So what I do, because I really want to know what is going on around me and what is going on in the world. So what I do is I just listen to the news. In fact, I don't watch TV, to be honest. But if I need to watch, know what is going on, I can just go on the internet. There are newspapers on the internet that you can read. And if you go to some other social media, you will hear what is going on. Or better still, you can go and buy some newspaper. There's always news in the newspaper that you can read. And then once you read it, just move on. Don't dwell on it and be watching it. And then some people, they've even turned themselves to become the BBC itself. They know everything that is going on in the news. They know everything. They know how many people have died from COVID on a daily basis. I'm not trying to criticize anyone for knowing all those information is good, but what I'm trying to say is that don't let those information cripple you. Don't let it cripple you. Just hear them. Whatever the government are saying about the rules, compliant, I would encourage you to comply with it. Use your face covering, wash your hands regularly, keep social distancing and all of that. Do all of that by all means. And if there's any new regulation that's come on, yes, it's fine. Comply with them. And I know the way you can hear, how you can hear those information is from the news. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, don't dwell on the information that you get there to the extent that it will now it will now cripple you, and you'll be feeling, you'll be negative. Another thing that I want to say that you can do to be positive is to surround yourself with people that are positive. You need that community thing as well. But make sure the people that you're surrounding yourself with are people that are positive, that are saying positive things over your life. It's very, very important. And another thing that I would encourage us to do is that we shouldn't forsake our place of worship. So like I am a Christian, I go to church, and that really helps me. So whatever religion you practice, that I believe in God. Whatever religion you practice, make sure you don't forsake the worship place. Make sure you attend your worship place. It is always very, 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 very helpful, because when I go to church, I get the word of God. I see other people in church. We interact and everything. So and that helps me. It helps me mentally. It helps my mental health. Because what is also important is that we need to look after our mental health. Because some people might say, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, but sometimes you're not that 100% fine. You need to look after your mental health. So, and doing how you can do that is all the things that I've outlined before, earlier, and which I'm also including, that you shouldn't forsake your worship place. Also, another thing is that uh, touching on doing things that make you happy. I want to touch on that as well. There's so many things that you can do. You yourself, things that you do that makes you happy. Some will listen to music. I love listening to music. I love singing. And I do that a lot because it makes me happy. And when you're listening to music, you also need to be careful about the kind of music that you listen to, because there's some song. I remember there's a song that we say, says, here be sad song to make you cry. I don't want to listen to any sad song as I am now. I don't want any song that will make me cry. So be aware of that. Be careful about the things that you listen to, whether it's music or the things that you watch. I also try to stay away from watching things that would make me sad or that would make me upset. I stay away from them. And I know some people, they like to share some horrific image messages, maybe via WhatsApp. The moment I see those messages, I delete it.